Have you ever met someone who says they love God, who claims they know God, but their life looks nothing like it? They don't act like it. Or maybe that's you. You talk about faith, you go to church, but deep down, you know something's off. If someone watched your life, would they still know you follow Jesus? Let's talk about what Titus 1:15 through 16 says about that. It says, "Everything is pure to those whose hearts are pure, but nothing is pure to those who are corrupt and unbelieving, because their minds and consciences are corrupted. Such people claim they know God, but they deny Him by the way they live. They are detestable and disobedient, worthless for doing anything good." It exposes the difference between people who truly know God and people who just say they do. To the one whose heart is pure, life reflects that purity. Their thoughts, motives, and actions show that they've been transformed by the Spirit of God. But to the one who's corrupted, those whose faith is only on the surface, nothing is pure. Even the good things they try to do are a trace of selfish motives, pride, or unbelief. Paul isn't talking about people who struggle or stumble. He's talking about those who wear the mask of faith while living in rebellion. They might post verses, go to church, or talk about Jesus, but their lifestyle tells a completely different story. It's one thing to profess Jesus, it's another thing to possess Him. The scariest part about this is that these people believe they're fine. But Paul says they're worthless for doing anything good. That's what sin and self-deception does. They rot a person's spiritual effectiveness until they can no longer reflect God at all. Think of it like this. If my word says, "I know God," but my life says, "I don't care what He says," then my life is louder than my lips, and God hears both. God is calling His people to purity, and not just outwardly, but inwardly. He's calling for hearts that don't just look clean, but are genuinely clean. Because at the end of the day, true faith isn't proven by how much we say we love God, it's proven by how much we live like we do. Matthew 7 verse 21 says, "Not everyone who calls out to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father in heaven will enter." 1 John 2:4 says, "If someone claims, 'I know God,' but doesn't obey God's commandments, that person is a liar and is not living in the truth." It says in James 1:22, "But don't just listen to God's word. You must do what it says, otherwise you are only fooling yourselves." Matthew 15:8, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." So here's the question you've got to ask yourself today. Do my words say I know God, or does my life prove it? Because talk is easy. Transformation isn't. Let God purify your heart today. Don't settle for pretending to know Him. Actually walk with Him. Because purity doesn't start with perfection, it starts with surrender.